Hey, Steve Basic Architect. Yeah, we're out here at our humble house. Time for a progress walk. So last time we were out here, we had walls up, we had some of the zip sheathing up, but looky here. Now we got trusses up, we got some soffits going in, the rough fascia is going in. You can see our rough fascia is a 2x6, goes back as a flat soffit. The flat soffit is corner to corner, but our rakes will be a slope soffit or a sloped rake. So that up there, it'll be sloped rake that comes down, and basically what I call the pork chopper, what's that small flat piece, is in the same plane as the wall there. Coming around here, you can see again, all of our roof trusses are up in place. Notice that little blue stripe on the top. When I do the interior video, I'll get into it a little bit more, but that's basically an 18-inch piece of Siga Myrex, or MyVest, sorry. It's a weather-resistant barrier, and we put it on the wall and fold it over the top plate and let it drape down the inside. Set our trusses down on top of it, and then we'll flip it up and make our connection to the air barrier on the inside. So, over here, you can see we have a large matrix of stuff. A lot of this stuff is just temporary, but the thing that you should know is this is our existing rough grade. We're actually going to bring the grade up. So the ground will be actually somewhere in here. But we do have this beautiful covered patio that we have that large lift and slide door and just basically an outdoor living room hangout space out here. So it's going to be quite the grand space. Notice we have our steel moment frame. You might have seen some of the shorts that I did when we were out here standing it up. So it's all in there. And then of course, you know, this is what I'm calling the dirty corner, or the dirty outside, right? This is where all of our mechanical stuff will happen on the outside there. Our second story has been framed. Notice we have most of the roof trusses up, still a half dozen or so to go in there. Our prefabricated basement door. And then coming around the corner here, actually this is a pretty good example. So on this house, we sheathed it with a Zip R6. So it has an integral weather-resistant barrier on here, right? That's like a building paper. It's laminated to the face of a 7/16 inch OSB, which also has, in this case, it's R6, has 1 inch of polyiso laminated to the OSB. So as you put this panel up, we get the thermal break, we get the structural panel, we get the weather-resistant barrier, and the minute we tape the joint, we get air barrier continuity. So we get a whole lot of things that are happening when you put this up. And you also can get this in R9 and R12, which is an increase to 1.5 inches or 2 inches of rigid foam, respectively. Coming around the outside here, again, not a whole lot of magic. We have some shots here of backside of the bedroom. We're now on the front of the house that faces the street here. We have the office window, the bedroom window. We have our trusses up there. I'm gonna pull this one out so we can talk a little bit about it. We talked about it up there, but here, I'll just lift it up and throw it on my knee. So all of our trusses here in New England, we're climate zone 5. But I usually put it, I might degrade the dimension a little bit, but we always use what I call a raised heel truss. Some people might know them as energy trusses. And basically it's this dimension, right? It's that dimension there where typically this cord, top cord, would sit down here. And so this throat dimension of 3.5 inches would be pretty much the cross section of the truss there. Not a whole lot of insulation's getting in there. And you might, if you live in the Northeast or in, you know, colder climate zones, you might understand the term ice dam. And if you have an older house, I would almost guarantee you understand the word ice dam, and you've seen them on your own house. So one of the ways to battle that is to create this energy heel of a truss here. And in this case here, I don't know, this is usually 10 inches. Sometimes if we're in Minnesota or something, it might go 12, 14 inches. If we're going to somewhere like Missouri, this might get knocked down to 8 inches or something, but 8 inches is usually as low as I go. I like to get as much insulation out here as possible. Now, if that cord was down here and then I had my 2-inch ventilation space, I only end up with about 2 inches of insulation above the plate. But over here now, if I have a 2-inch space, now I have 8 to 10 inches of insulation above that top plate. And then we'll have our 18 inches going in there. So all of our roof trusses here have that energy heel on them. Coming around the front here, you can see we have our tubes in the ground. So we have a small front porch here. It's going to have a nice little shed roof. We got a couple windows above. We also have a little roof that we're going to put on top of the garage there. That'll get framed up. And yeah, now we'll have a nice front porch, some nice tapered columns on each side of that, and it'll be a very, very welcoming front entryway. So anyways, it's a beautiful, hot August day in New England. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Stay tuned, a lot more about this project. We're going to be out here for probably another 6-7 months, and we have a couple other projects that are just pretty amazing coming online. So anyways, if you're a subscriber, thank you very much. I appreciate you joining in, chime in. I try and answer the questions as best I can. If you're not a subscriber, smash that subscribe button, tell all your friends. Let's get a really great community here where we can have conversations. I'll put up stuff, respectful conversations. I'll give you every bit of information that I know and share it with you. Just be respectful, and we'll have a great time and we'll learn together. So, it's the Basic Architect out here at our humble house. Until next time, long live our buildings.